Hey guys, had a company reach out to me and ask if I'd be willing to take a look at one of their knives. So I first looked on Amazon and YouTube at some of the other reviews, and they were all very positive, and most of their knives are in the what I consider the budget range. So the company is Fintiso. They're not a brand new company. They've been around for at least 2 years, and the model they have sent me is the Odyssey in black. And these are available on Amazon or Fintiso's website. But as usual, we'll do a really quick unboxing, go over all the features and specifications, we'll put it to use, see how it carries, and then give some opinions on it. So the packaging seems to be some type of box with a wrapper over it. So we'll get this off real quick. And then let's show you, there's another box inside of there. We got to push that out. And then let's see. So we have like a magnetic closure here. So a very nice presentation so far. And then we have a bag inside of that and a user manual. Talks about their history, some precautions, and then their warranty. And you can pause and read that if you want, but it does say it has a lifetime warranty. So we have a pretty decent little protective bag here, which is branded. I always appreciate when companies do that. It means they at least care about their products somewhat. And I know some people say, well, I would never use this for anything. There's a lot of guys who carry knives that rotate through them and carry a different knife every single day. And so it's nice to have something to put your knife in when you're not using it. So we have a cleaning cloth here, which is also branded. Very nice so far. Looks like some extra screws. That I think is just a sticker. And then we have the Odyssey itself here. Let's get it out of its little package here. And that is everything that comes with it. Quickly show you guys some up close here. Some quick specs on it. Closed or folded, it's 4.5 inches in length with a 3.3 inch blade, giving it an overall length of 7.8 inches. The grip height is 1.1 inches, and the total depth is 0.71, and that's including that pocket clip. And we're looking at a weight 3.9 ounces. All right, showing you around, we do have a deep carry pocket clip. I'll show you this in a pocket in a bit, but there will be just a little bit sticking up out, and which makes it nice to be able to grab a hold of the knife to pull it out. We have some thumb studs on here. We have a flipper top here. I got a lanyard hole, and the Odyssey is using a liner lock. It looks to be about maybe a third take up there. The handles on this model are G10, and there actually is a really nice texturing to this. Like once you put it in your hand, it feels very grippy. Feels like that is not going to move at all. Fintiso does make a version with aluminum handles, and then also a wooden one. The steel they are using is 14C 28N. So we do have some skeletonized liners down in here. Let's check out the rigidity here. Super, super strong still. Like there's basically no flex at all. Blade looks perfectly centered. There is some jimping on the top of the blade. There's the dual thumb studs. We got the flipper here. No jimping on the flipper, but there is like an extra little curve right on the tip there, which really allows your finger to grab onto that pretty easily. This is probably more for decoration, if I had to say. It really doesn't provide a whole lot more traction or anything in your hand, but up on top of the blade definitely does. And that blade is a drop point. It has some type of black coating on it, and then it does have their name there, and then there's like their little logo there in the handle. And speaking of the handle, you can see how they have this area right here cut out, the choil. It's so that you can wrap your index finger kind of up and around, and it gives it a really nice place to sit here. So if your thumb's up here, it just feels really comfortable. And then obviously you're going to have your block or guard so that your finger can't slip forward there, but yeah, that feels really comfortable. Here's a quick comparison to a few other knives. Down here we have the Benchmade Mini Griptilian. This is the Gerber Fast Draw, and then up there we have the 704 Gear, the Urban Ranger. I wear an extra large glove, and it seems to fit in my hand really well. Not too small, not too big. Let's quickly check out the action and the detent. So flipper. A little bit slow, but it could just be me right now. Trying to figure that out. It's smooth. It just seems like it's a little bit slower than what some of my other flippers. I think it's me though. I think it's me just not getting quite enough on it. Because there I went a little more intentional. Yeah, that was definitely me. So let's check out the thumb studs here. Yeah, you can really get a good flick out with those. Between the two, I think that the thumb, I think you can get a little more force with it. Let's also check the detent here and see how that comes back down. Pretty good. Right about there, you can feel it click in. Yeah, that's actually really nice. All right, let's try cutting a couple things with it. Start off just with some copy paper. See what this is like here. Super sharp. It has a very nice edge to this. Try a little bit of this rope. Even some of my utility knives have a hard time going through this with one pass. It sometimes takes me 3 or 4 to get through it. Let's see what this can do here. No problem at all. Yeah, I actually cut this so I didn't have a big long thing of it last night to bring up here for this video. And my utility knife, I think it took 3 or 4 pulls to get through this stuff. I mean, this is just cutting through like it's nothing. Check some cardboard. Slice through that pretty easily. Yeah, this has a really nice edge on it. Check some plastic next. Got a zip tie. That did not go through that in one pass. Could have been me, could have been my angle. There, we got it. Let's try cutting up an apple here next. Let's see how this goes. This is a huge apple too, but we'll still get through it all right. Slice through that pretty easily. Yeah, no problems at all with that. All right, let's check the strength of this liner. See how it does here. Not seeing any movement at all. So that seems to be holding pretty well. This is how that Odyssey is going to sit in a pocket. Again, very deep carry, just a little bit sticking up there. However, this is compared with my Benchmade, the Mini Griptilian, and you can see there's almost none of that knife sticking up. Alright, so I've been carrying and using this Odyssey for a few weeks now, and just want to share some thoughts with you guys. So I guess first thing is, I never showed the blade play or blade movement, and it is minimal. You really have to crank to even get anything to move anywhere. Like, there's almost zero blade play. It's really solid. So my overall thoughts after a few weeks of use is I really like this. I think that they are using quality materials. I think that it's built really well. You know, I've only been using this for, everyday tasks, opening packages and cutting up boxes, stuff like that. But it's performed really well. I probably have, I don't know, maybe about 25 or 30 pocket knives, and this is probably one of the most comfortable or most ergonomic ones. It just fits the hand really, really well. You can for sure do one hand opening and closing with it, either from the thumb studs or from that flipper. And even if you're left-handed, you can still do it pretty easily. And again, the thumb studs would be on both sides. So actually has a really nice detent to prevent it from initially closing too fast in case your thumb would still be there. It's kind of hard to show on camera, but right here, if you can hear this, it just kind of slightly prevents that from closing too fast on you, which is a nice feature, but you can still get right past it. But again, just gives you enough time to get your thumb out of the way. Again, I've only had this a few weeks, but the blade has actually held up really well so far, and I use it every day for stuff. There's a few little nicks and stuff on there, but overall the finish is good, and the sharpness is still about the same as what it was a few weeks ago. And just overall, I think it's about the perfect size for an EDC knife. Just over 4-inch handle length, just over 3-inch blade length. So you're still under 8 inches total, and it's fairly lightweight. Less than 4 ounces. Couple things that I would change, and there's nothing wrong with the knife at all. It's just my personal preference. Is I don't care for that name on the blade like that. They already have their logo right there, and I think that looks slick. I really like how that looks. I just don't like that there. Another thing is, I would personally like to see this smoothed out. I think it would look just so much sleeker if that, it's not even jimping really. It's just some kind of texturing, but if that weren't there and this was just like a flat, I think that would look really sharp. And again, for me personally, I would like to see a slightly deeper pocket clip on it. It's only that little bit that sticks up, but just my preference, again, for 95% of people, that's probably going to be perfectly fine. I just like this to sit a little bit lower so it's not really visible in the pocket. So like I mentioned earlier, these are available on Fintiso's website. They are coming in at $50 on there. You can sign up for some kind of membership or something. It's free, and get another, I think, 10% off. So it'd be $5 off of that. And they do have free shipping in the US. So when I first got this knife a few weeks ago, they were also $50 on Amazon. They're currently $72 on there. I'm not sure why there's a big difference between the website and the Amazon store, but if you prefer to buy it on Amazon, I would wait and see if that price comes back down. And I will leave the website link and the Amazon link down in the video description in case you want to find out more information or pick one up. But yeah, overall I'm really happy with it, and I think you guys would be too. And I think for that $50 price tag, you really can't go wrong with it. It really is a great knife. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.